everyone, thanks for stopping by and taking a look at this. My name is Pavan Devraj, founder and CEO of OutsourcingHelpers.com. I'm going to be introducing you to Dave Eder, the CEO of DKNR Management, who's going to be covering about Precision FX and Forex today.
Namaste.
So, welcome to Precision FX Preview, guys. This is a real opportunity with limited number of clients. Dave Eder, who is the CEO of DKNR Management, has got over 25 years of experience in futures and Forex. And what exactly is Forex? He's the one who's going to be answering all our questions today. So Dave, thank you so much for coming over here.
No problem.
And this is what I wanted to know. How big is the daily trading volume in Forex?
That's a great question. Good place to start. It's around $5 trillion every day. And that's trillion with a T, and that's US dollars daily. As a perspective, the New York Stock Exchange is about $50 billion, give or take, and Forex is about 100 times bigger than that. So you got a lot of liquidity in Forex.
Cool. So how long is the Forex market open?
Well, it runs 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. It's Monday through Friday, Greenwich Mean Time. It starts at 12:01 a.m. on Monday and ends up at midnight on Friday. So you get a lot of trading time across the globe in all kinds of markets.
Wow. Are trading profits in Forex made going long or short?
That's a good question, and it's both. Most markets, you can only make money when you're buying. In Forex, you make money both buying and selling. So you can actually do what they call sell a currency short. You don't have to wait for the market to turn around. You can be in a short and a long at the same time on multiple currencies at once.
Okay. So how much trading leverage can you have in Forex?
This is where the money's really made. You get up to 1,000 to 1 leverage, sometimes 2,000 to 1, depending on your country and your broker. You can do it even with as little as 200 to 1 that we have here in the U.S.
Okay.
In the New York Stock Exchange, if you bought $5,000 worth of stock, you would have $5,000 worth of stock. Well, in Forex, if you have $5,000, you actually control, using 1,000 to 1, about $5 million worth of currency. So your leverage is what generates your potential, your income potential inside of Forex.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I want to know who's the largest global Forex player?
This is where it gets interesting. So Deutsche Bank controls about 14.6% of all foreign exchange currency. Okay. Now remember, this is over $5 trillion every day. Along with them, you have places like Citibank, Barclays, a lot of the other big major international financial institutions, Chase Bank. So the top 10 banks and groups control about 80% of Forex. And in those top banks, that's where the hedge funds and the institutions all play. And that's why we follow them.
Gotcha. So what are the largest factors controlling Forex markets?
Well, that all has to do with those guys that are working inside those institutions. So the hedge funds and institutional traders and institutional trading is what controls those markets. The hedge funds make up about the top 1 to 3% of all wealth in the world. And then the institutions, which include pension funds, mutual funds, electronic traded funds, different governments trading money, etc., those all make up the institutions.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is a lot, yeah. You can see why they control everything.
Right. So the next one is, what does your Precision FX system do?
Well, that's a great question as well. So what we do is we follow those hedge funds and institutions. So it took me over 3 years to develop and plan and program this. It puts together 25 plus years of experience in trading. And what we do is we wait for the hedge funds and the institutions to all get in order and want to push the market one way, whether it's long or whether it's short. And when we see that happening, we get on board with them and we follow them.
Wonderful.
So
yeah, this looks like to be a graph.
Yeah, this is a chart. This is one of the trading charts, and it's what it looked like. This is the system in its simplest format. So what we do is we wait In this case, we wait for things to be in order. The numbers represent hedge funds. I don't even have the institutions on here because it would be a little bit more confusing. Go ahead and press the button. And what you'll see there is the 432 enter. The little square, the green square, represents a 4, the number 4, which is a 4-hour chart. The blue, the dark blue circle, that with a 3 in it, represents a 1-hour chart. And the number 2, which represents a 15-minute chart, which is this chart that we're looking at. Actually, each candle, each little bar in there that you can hardly see represents 15 minutes. So when we see the 4-hour, the 1-hour, and the 2-hour, the hedge funds all wanting to buy, there's another buy right there, and there's one more right there. Now we know that they want to go long and they want to push the market in a long direction. And you can tell right there at the beginning of that day on March 15th, there was going to be a news announcement, and we knew with 95% certainty where it was going to go. And that at the end of the news announcement shows us where the hedge funds are getting out. That is a 4 and a 3 short, which is an opposite fire, which tells us that that move is over with and we can get out.
Incredible.
I know it does, and it works 95% of the time that way. And this is a live picture of a chart of what it actually looks like.
Right. Let's move to the next one. What do we have here?
Okay. So this is a good example. This is an actual trading chart of an account. This is what the account actually looks like inside one of our trading accounts. You can see the little pink section that's lit up shows that it made almost 15,000 right there. Yep, in profit. And then if you look over there where the pink section just came up, the balance is 70,200 and we made 15,000. So you can see that account started with about $55,000 in it. And that 15,000 was made in about 10 days. And so that's 95% profit on these trades. This is trading over the holidays. So this flat part that you see that just got highlighted, that's where we traded a lot lower, a much lower lot size than normal over the holidays because there's not a lot of hedge funds and institutions trading over that particular time. So for about a week or so out of that 2 weeks, 10 days to 2 weeks, half a month, we traded a very small lot size. If we would have traded normal, it would have given us 28,000, but we'd rather be a little bit more conservative. And being conservative, we made 15 grand instead of 28 grand in a half a month on that.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad is right. Oh, and there's also $7,000 of floating profit in this particular account, which means those are trades that are currently open and running that have not finished yet. In other words, in the next few days to a week or 2 weeks, they're going to fire those opposite signals and get us out of those trades as well.
Cool. Over to you, Dave.
Yeah. So more about the system itself. The PrecisionFX system, it works with inside any trading style. So whether you're scalping, which is short-term day trading, or whether you're long-term trading, which is you're holding on for days, weeks, or sometimes even a month. It works in any market, no matter what the currency pair, because the hedge funds and institutions, they trade them all. It works for news trading. The hedge funds and institutions, they get the information about an event from an inside scoop from the government before any announcement or anything is made. When these guys want to move a market and push it one way or another, that's the way that it goes, because they either buy a lot and force pressure to move the market up, or they're dumping positions and forcing a currency to dive down and die, or go short. So the system's very proactive based by watching what's going to happen in the future. We don't care about what's happened in the past. We just want to know what they're going to do right now, today, with the markets and with that particular currency, and that's what our system does.
That's like a lot of control.
It is. Yeah, they do. They have a lot of control over the markets.
All right. So we are very limited opening. We are planning to take only 50 clients, no more.
That's
no
right.
less.
Yep.
And once we are full, we're done. We will only focus on our clients.
Yeah, we decided to do that, Donald. You and I had a long talk about this, and we wanted to make sure that we took really good care of people, and we can't do that if we have 500 or 1,000 clients, there's no way that you can have personal relationships with 500 to 1,000 clients and keep them informed as to what's happening. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
So we decided early on that we want to keep it small, and then if we end up growing, we want to grow with those particular clients that we started with.
True. So there are two ways to work with us. In the beginning, it's according to your preference. I'm going to be picking the best method for you. Best method gives you phenomenal returns with all your equity back quickly. Still, you'll receive returns on entire year, even if you get back your equity in just 7 months.
That's right. We put this together, you and I. We wanted to be sure that the clients were comfortable, and we wanted to try and figure out one of the best ways to get them their equity back quickly. So we actually want to give them a couple options of working with us. One just gives them a regular return all the time, like people are normally used to in India on an investment like this. And another one gets them much faster return and exponentially better results, and we get them their equity back even quicker. And because we can get their equity back to them quickly, it gives less risk for us as well when we get their equity back. And for doing that, we want to keep them involved in the investment for the full term and continue to give them an awesome return even after they've got their money back. So I don't think nobody's ever seen anything quite like it. So you and I put it together, and you said it's phenomenal. So I'm going to go with you on that.
This whole thing sounds really terrific.
Yeah, thank you. I agree. But yeah, here's the catch, which we talked about. When we're done, we're done. When our max investors or our max dollar investment, which is 10 mil as our max, is reached, we're done. So if we have 50 clients, and if we have 40 clients and we've hit 10 mil, we're done. If we have 50 clients and we only have 2 mil, we're done. It doesn't matter. It's either the number of clients or the level of investment, whichever one is hit first. That's it. And it's a first come, first served basis.
Cool. So get with me immediately after, and we'll guide you through the setup. And I control the money from India.
Yep. We wanted to make sure that people were dealing with somebody that they knew right there, and that you control everything. The account's going to be developed through your company right there. I'm running and controlling the traders and the actual trading system. We're actually in the process of Donald's getting some people together that we're training the whole team besides me and him trading as well. It's going to be pretty phenomenal. So we're looking forward to having you guys on board. If you've seen this video, know that the opportunity is still open, and otherwise Donald wouldn't have shown it to you. Just want to say best of luck and best wishes to you, and thanks for taking the time.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dave.